Kenneth, thank you so much for joining me today. I'm so excited to have you with me.
Thank you for having me here.
Yeah. So, for those that aren't as familiar with you, I know that you have a company focusing in on cybersecurity, but tell me a little bit about how you got interested in cybersecurity and a little bit more about your background.
Sure thing. So initially, when I went to college at USF, 'cause I'm from Tampa, Florida, I went for my undergrad was business administration. But as I moved closer toward graduation, I wanted an area where I could actually focus my talents in more specifically for better job prospects. And so my dad, who's been not in cybersecurity, but he's been in software engineering for the past 28 years now. He's like, Kenneth, how about IT? I'm like, oh, Dad. I'm like, that's a great idea. Even though he tried to even do software engineering back when I was in middle school, but I thought it was the lamest thing ever, so I didn't want to do it. But I expanded my horizons as I got older. So I just decided to do IT and cybersecurity my junior year of undergrad at USF. And then from there, one of the big things I teach my students and everyone that comes to me is make sure people know what your true desires are. So when you're not in a room, they can speak on your behalf. Because you don't always know who people know outside of your own circle. That's a really big thing that I try to preach towards our students. And I did that. And my store manager at the time happened to know that the director of security for Publix, because I lived 15 miles away from the corporate headquarters for the company. And I met with him. He sat me down. We went over a bunch of stuff. Say, Kenneth, if you can do all this tasks I'm about to lay out for you, I can have you. I don't want to guarantee you that you'll be on my internship team next year. And so I did everything that he told me to. I interviewed for the spot. 9 months later, and I get the role. That's kind of how I got to cybersecurity.
Wow. So, you started in cybersecurity out of school then? You got the internship and then moved into it in the role?
Yes. So after I graduated, I got a job as a software engineer doing Java development, which I hate because Java sucks. So I moved back to cybersecurity at my firm.
Okay. When did you start your company?
It'll be 2 years actually. It's really crazy. Initially, I didn't want to own a company. I'm like, this is a lot of work and a lot of headache. I really don't want to do this. But people kept asking me to do it. And I can't be like, you're really good at teaching people. I'm like, oh, really? Am I? I didn't realize that. So after a while, I decided to see how it would go and see if people actually want to purchase something from me. And kind of just gone off from there.
That's interesting. So you didn't have this burning desire to be an entrepreneur, but people saw something in you. So what have you discovered over the last 2 years, you said, running your own business?
It is as hard as it looks, or maybe as easy as I make it look. There, honestly, there are days I'm like, why the hell am I doing this? Why am I doing all this extra work? Why am I staying up late? When I have a cushy corporate job, I could just do that, but that doesn't fulfill me in the way that running my business does. I get to help people that look like me, who are like I'm black and brown people that normally been like excluded from high paying positions in cybersecurity. I get to help them create generational wealth so they can take care of their family and their kids, which means everything to me. I don't get that type of job satisfaction from my normal job. That's part of the reason why I love to do what I do.
That's beautiful. You know, when you have a strong why and a mission, it just makes the sucky days that much easier, doesn't it? Because you know why you're doing it.
If I didn't love doing this, I would definitely not be doing this. I can say that for a fact.
So, what are some of the things that you learned in the last couple of years then just running your own business, and maybe like things you learned about yourself and things you just learned about being an entrepreneur?
So I would say, I guess I'm stronger than I realized, and I have a lot more skill sets than I actually realized as well. Especially when you're a startup, you have to wear like every single hat initially, and that's what I did. It was very mentally draining, but that's just a part of the process. And I was told this is to mentally prepare myself for that is the biggest thing. But as we got a little bit bigger, I've been able to add on more people, more staff to help, I guess, guide and make sure I don't go insane doing this, which has been very, very nice to have. But the biggest thing I would say is just trusting other people because you can't build this all by yourself. Just
Yeah.
having the right team around you is insanely important, in my opinion.
hmm Knowing that it's very important for you, as you said, to work with folks that have been excluded from this type of work or from high positions, as you stated, like how do you market and make it known that you do have your academy and that you want to work with folks that maybe don't have these types of corporate positions but would like to get the training?
So normally we market either through organic marketing like LinkedIn or YouTube, or we do different affiliate and partnership deals with various firms that have podcasts such as yourself. or different TV shows and stuff like that, and we'll do marketing deals with them to get the word out. It's worked pretty well so far, considered what our budget is. So I've been very pleased with the results. As we scale up and get bigger, we'll start to do more ads and things of that nature to reach a wider audience. But just basically word of mouth and organic marketing has worked pretty well. I guess I naturally attract people that look like me and that come from my background because they never seen someone that looks like me do what I do specifically, or even maybe there's not a lot of people that do what I do, so they naturally get attracted towards me, I would say.
Yeah, that's wonderful. And you're young. I think that it's great to think about younger generations too, who have someone to look up to and say, let me check this out. So, do you have any success stories that you want to share, either folks that have come through your academy and maybe some of the things that they've been able to do as a result of the work that you've done?
Yes. So one of my, I guess two of them would be Hazel and Courtney. So Courtney was one of my first apprentice instructors, or she was my first one technically. And she came from initially a healthcare background, but she graduated during COVID like I did. And she's like, I don't want to do healthcare. That's too much going on. So she went to pivot towards IT and cybersecurity. So she became an IT service technician, so like help desk support basically. From there, she met me through Blacks in Cybersecurity. That's a nonprofit that I also partner with as well. And this is when I was first starting my training courses. She did it. She's like, I love this. I want to actually do your first one once you actually start your company, kind of. So I brought her on initially for mentoring and then for the actual program. And then I was like, well, hey, I need to teach somebody to help me out run the program. I can't keep it by myself. And then I decided to pick her. So I want to pour all my knowledge and wisdom into her and give her like really hands-on guided training, kind of like a Jedi Master Padawan situation kind of thing. So that's basically what I did with her. And she was with me for a year. And so we helped her go from making, I think, under $40,000 to she was making, she almost tripled her salary, I believe, in like two
Wow.
years. And second story from that is, and she runs her own business now too as well. I'm so very proud of her. So second story would be Hazel Miranda. So Hazel was unemployed when I first met her. She graduated from UTA, University of Texas, Arlington, in cybersecurity, but she's a very, very shy person. So she didn't really have the proper friend group, which we'll talk about a little bit later in the show, about how to actually support her, understand what her needs are, actually care about like what she wants to do. So she didn't have that proper support group, so she couldn't find a job for 6 months after she graduated from college. So she did her first beta program, and one of the big things she wanted to focus on her was her coming out of her shell. Which now she runs like different events and does different presentations all over Dallas. But we helped her get a job at Samsung with full benefits and a really nice salary as well.
That's wonderful. That must feel so rewarding and gratifying for you.
It does. It's like a really surreal feeling. I think I kind of remind myself that I'm helping people change their lives like in a
Hmm.
really meaningful way. It's like really cool.
That's so wonderful. Who's your mentor? Who is giving you what you give other people?
So I have a business coach and a business advisor. Great Cheese, one of the business advisors and our marketers. So I don't have the touch for like digital design whatsoever. My stuff is like a circle and like black and white. That's all I can do. She's insanely good at what she does. So she runs her own threat intelligence company called Polestar. And so the first month, I felt bad for her. I was pinging her like at 2 a.m. in the morning. Like, Grace, I'm like, I have no idea what I'm doing whatsoever. I need help. Like, I'm drowning. I don't know what any of the stuff is. Eventually, I actually got like a full time business coach. Her name's Valencia. She's really helped us, I would say, scale up and scale out, really organize your stuff from the ground up so that our processes are really seamless to do. So we're able to get more business deals and we're able to actually get more students in, stuff of that nature. So she's been like a really big blessing to me to have on my team and half of my staff because we would not be here without, I guess, everyone technically, but especially without her.
Yeah. It's so important to have that mentorship and then to be able to leverage what you've learned to be able to help others as well. What do you see as the future of the programs that you offer?
So I guess our master plan is for this to become like a replacement for a master's degree program in a sense. So people that want to do really technical master's degree programs and that they don't want to go to SANS, which is really expensive, normally come to us. The SANS courses are like $10,000 a piece, and you need like a certain amount to get the graduate degree with them. And a lot of master's programs, you might know this, but a lot of them are like really theoretical. So whatever job you get afterwards, you're like, all right, can you build this out for me? And like, I have no idea how to do it. because I didn't write the book on it. So everything we do is really hands-on technical for what our field is, basically.
I love that. So how do you bring in the hands-on, the real life examples where people get to practice it, and then when they move into the role that they take, they already feel like they've got a heads up maybe on others that had more of a theoretical education?
So what we do is we partner with various firms and hiring managers. So once our students finish their programs, they have job placement opportunities to try to get placed in good paying positions. So a lot of our friends that I know work at various firms, and then we just partner with them. Hey, come to our capstone, come to our final project, check with the students, pick whichever one you think is best fit for you, and we can go from there as we build the partnerships. The more students we get inside of those firms, the easier it is for me to talk towards those executives and say, hey, we have 4 students inside your company. Do you want to build a first partnership with us to start placing more students inside of these roles?
Yeah. That's awesome. And so, in addition to the technical skills that you teach folks, is there anything else in your programs that you teach folks in terms of being prepared for the next step in their career, especially because some of them are changing industries?
Yes, so we do have a career services consultant named Hunter Davis of Tech Tool Consulting. He has his own big YouTube and podcasting channel and platform. So he does all the career coaching and stuff like that for our students at the end. So after they get on month 5 or 6, they'll go to him, and then he'll like revamp their LinkedIn profile and resumes to make sure they look nice and shiny for the new recruiters. That's a really big step because if you don't showcase the skill sets you have, it doesn't really matter how smart you are. It's hard to get noticed, and especially in this
Yeah.
economy.
Hmm. That's so true. So you kind of handle everything from A to Z with folks, just making sure they get the skills they need and then helping them find the role and make sure that they're showcasing everything. So, do you have one program or do you have multiple programs or services that you offer?
So we have one big program called the Cyber Career Boost program. That's the main one. That's a flagship one. That's 6 months long. Our promise and guarantee to students is they can stick with us until they get whatever end goal they have. So it takes them, let's say, they're 6 months, 12 months to finish your program because life happens. Kids get sick, people have accidents,
Mhm.
people lose their jobs. If that's the case, you may have to take off like a month or two to get this situated.
Yeah.
So our promise to our students currently right now is you have access towards me and my team until you reach your end goal. So if that's a new job, new salary, new career, you can stay on, still take the videos, still take the classes until you reach that end goal, basically. Then we're building out some more smaller micro courses as well for threat intelligence, then vulnerability management as well.
Oh, that's amazing. And you said you have a team now. So how many people are supporting you build this out, your entire company and new courses?
So I have one business advisor, one business coach. To bring on an intern in 2 weeks, technically, Justin.
Wow.
And then I have 2 apprentice instructors as well.
That's a big growth in just 2 years of business.
Yes, initially it was just me,
Yeah.
which was very stressful to get everything done. But it's become a lot, I wouldn't say simpler, but a lot more manageable with my team.
Yeah. For sure. And those lean years or year, I don't know how long you were just by yourself. It's so hard when you're like have to do everything and you're new to running a business anyway.
Yeah, I did it for like, what was it, from June to October, technically. I'm like, yeah, I can't keep doing this. I need help. So I brought
Mhm.
on an apprentice to help me out.
It's so good. And it makes such a huge difference. What did you notice in terms of what you were able to do for yourself when you could have somebody else that could help?
I guess the biggest thing is I didn't feel alone. I try to talk to people, they don't understand the amount of mental anxiety you have from running your own business because this is my baby. I'm not married, I don't have kids yet. So this is my main thing that I'm doing. And it means like everything to me to make sure this is successful. I can help my clients out. Making sure it's run properly is insanely important towards me. I would
Mhm.
all the time I tell people, they're kind of like, why are you so serious about this? I'm like, this is my thing. And so having people on my staff that understand that, thank you. I don't sound crazy anymore towards myself. It's the biggest thing.
Yeah. Well, and you have such a strong mission and your drive is so personal that, of course, it's very important and meaningful. I think there are different types of businesses, but when one is so mission driven, your heart is in it. It matters so much more, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah. So, what are the big visions? What's next? I don't know if you have like aspirations, if you do 5 year plans, 10-year plans, but where would you really like to see this going within the next 5 years?
I'd like to get more partnership deals with various companies to help out with the students, give them more value. So one of the big things, and just to start to build more partnership deals with various firms as well. So we're able to
Mhm.
hire more students and get them placed easier and quicker, get them better salaries. And then eventually probably start doing more, I guess, live in-person trainings, like at actual physical sites. I know that's kind of gone by the wayside because of COVID, but I'd still like to do it. I think that enhances the experience as well. People get to see my weirdness in person and get to see that type of personality that I help bring towards the table.
That's wonderful. So right now everything's online, is that correct?
Yes,
Yeah.
ma'am.
Okay. And then are you mostly domestic or are you expanding internationally as well?
Oh, that's an interesting topic. So we're currently just domestic. Most of my students have been either in the US or Canada. We have parity pricing. So on our site, we have a service that basically detects where your IP address is from. If you're from like India, you'll get like 60% off your courses to match your currency exchange. If you're from like Nigeria, you get 40% off to match their currency exchange and stuff like that. And so we've been trying to expand into that. That's like a really big effort because we get to track this CRM stuff for that. Who's going to the site, why they went on the site, how long are they staying, which I don't have the time to do right now. I'm doing
Yeah.
this part time. But that's the end goal to make this like an international thing. So people all around the world can get our services.
Well, that's wonderful. Yeah, I figured that there are people who are going to be interested in this type of service. And yeah, I wasn't sure how you were able to manage that. But I love the fact that you can adjust for currency and just making sure that it's still affordable for folks.
Yeah. First, I'm like, they said they couldn't sign up. Well, how much is it over there? It's like, oh, $20,000. I'm like, oh, crap. I'm like, the currency change. I forgot about that. So, yeah. So that's when I was like, okay, we should have parity pricing for this. And yeah.
And is your program then, can people join at any time or can they just sign up at certain times a year?
So normally we do rolling onboarding period. So we normally do one at the end of the month and make it end of the month, so people can sign up. So what I tell people is technically you can sign up whenever you want to, whenever you're comfortable. But yesterday's price is not today's price, and things normally go up. So if you feel comfortable, you have the money for it, and you're ready for it, sign up for it. The longer you wait, the more expensive you'll get. Because initially when we were doing this, my beta was first like I think 7 or 6.99. And people, oh, they're like, that's so much money. And I'm like, wait a second. When I'm doing this for free, like last year, you said it was too much time. And then when I raised it to like $79, like, oh, $79, that's way too much money. I'm like, I'm teaching the same stuff I was teaching. Obviously, I've improved it and scaled it up, but it's still the same core knowledge. And I'm like, so is it the time or is it the money? Like, which one is it? So we've like quadrupled our prices since and gone up from there. Because as I've made how to put a better promise, getting better results, I want to scale up and make this even more better efficient for our students to get more value out of it. And that
Yeah.
requires more resources, basically.
Yeah. And the pricing is so hard, isn't it? At first, you don't know how much to charge for your services. But like you said, over time, you kind of start to feel into it. And you want to get the people that are serious too. If something is very inexpensive, you're not necessarily going to get the most serious people interested.
Yeah, I've had issues with people that paid me a lot of money and they don't always show up. Sometimes they don't tell me. I'm like, where you at? What's going on? So that's why I can't do this for free. Because
No.
that happens, I'm doing it for free. I'm like, no, I can't do this.
Do you have another job? Do you have a full time job?
Yes.
Wow. So this is definitely something that you're doing on the side,
Yes.
but not just on the side because this is so important to you. So
Yeah.
interesting. It's not like a 10-hour a week side hustle.
No, it requires a little bit more time than that. It's
Yeah.
gotten easier as my staff has gotten better at doing their roles as I've taught them, and they've got more experience with it. But it still does require a decent amount of time to make sure this is operating as it
Yeah.
should. But again, I love doing this. This is why I do it. I get to give my students really cool opportunities that they normally couldn't get otherwise, which means they get everything towards me. So that's why I've been enjoying it so much.
And if folks want to work with you, what is the best way that they can learn more about your courses, your services? Do you offer like a consultation? What would be the process for folks to engage?
So if you want to, I guess, connect with me and one of my staff, I'd say go to LinkedIn or our site. So the site is on our LinkedIn page, Ellington Cyber Academy, or it's on my direct profile, Kenneth Ellington. My picture is like 6 years old. So I have like a high top fade, but obviously I don't have that much hair anymore. But it's still me. I just look 6 years younger. But click on my profile, click on the site link. There will be a link to book a call with us. The call is free, it's 30 minutes. Basically, just every call, see what your issues are, how we're able to help you out, and we can go from there.
That's wonderful. Okay, we'll include those links for sure in the show notes. And I ask a question of everyone, Kenneth, is what does it mean to you to live the width of your life?
For me, that means trying to enjoy life as much as I can and help as many people as I can along the way. So I have a lot of interests. It isn't just cybersecurity, it looks like that. So I do actually boxing, kickboxing in my spare time as well. That's been like a really big joy to me. Getting hit in the face isn't fun, I would say. I can enjoy it, I don't get excited about it, but it's like a good way to stay in shape and to condition your body and mind and have like really good body control. A lot of people I meet there, I guess I had like this nomenclature because I watch a lot of anime. There'd be like insane, it's like really violent people, but they're really cool, really like mentally and physically in control of themselves and their emotions, which I think is like really awesome. And I'm starting to see why they're doing that because you can like really hurt somebody if you really wanted to with these skill sets. So you have to be like kind of mentally sane, for lack of a better term,
Yeah.
which I think is really awesome. I also like cooking as well. That's a way for me to like relax. So I have a lot of different interests. I like to try to explore as much as I can during my free time.
That's so good. And do you feel like boxing helps you with courage? Does it help you overcome fears? Because for someone could hit you in the face when you're in there?
Yeah, I would say so. It's given me a lot of confidence in my personal life as well. Because I fight people that are bigger than me a lot of times and a lot more skilled than me. So just being able to handle myself has been like a really big boon for me, I would say. And just understand that, hey, I can do all these, I can basically do anything that I want to. It's just, do I want to do it? Is it worth my time? And if I
Mhm.
decide it's worth my time, then I'll go ahead and do it. It's kind of how I've gotten towards my point, this point in my life.
Well, Kenneth, your story is so inspiring. Congratulations for what you've been able to build at such a young age and for what you've been able to achieve, but also the legacy that you're leaving behind by lifting others as you continue to climb up in your own journey. So I really enjoyed our conversation today and just wish you continued success.
I appreciate it, Anita. Thank you.